Jack lingered in the doorway of the derelict warehouse, his silhouette casting a long shadow on the dusty floor. Dust motes danced in the single shaft of sunlight piercing the gloom, creating an almost ethereal glow in the otherwise dark and forgotten space. A hacking cough echoed in the cavernous space, breaking the silence that had settled like a heavy blanket. It was Max, the getaway driver, ex-military, nerves shot, but hands moved like greased lightning on a gear stick. His past had left him with scars, both visible and hidden, but his skills remained razor-sharp. Next to him, hunched over a blueprint, was Rita, former safecracker, now a whiz with electronics. Her transition from physical locks to digital ones was seamless. Her mind a vault of knowledge. Her eyes, sharp as honed ice, scanned the plans with a precision that spoke of years of experience and countless heists. Finalizing the details of their audacious heist, the team knew every second counted, each movement, each decision, meticulously planned. The City Trust Bank, impregnable, they said. A fortress of finance guarded by the latest in security technology. Jack ran a hand through his hair, feeling the weight of the task ahead. The stakes had never been higher. He craved the danger, the thrill of the impossible. The adrenaline was his lifeblood, pushing him forward, but this time it was personal. The heist had a deeper meaning, a vendetta that burned within him. This heist wasn't just about the money, it was about revenge, a chance to settle old scores and right past wrongs, no matter the cost. The plan was intricate, relying on perfect timing and exploiting a flaw in the bank's security system. Rita had discovered a vulnerability during a software update, a vulnerability that would grant them a precious 5-minute window. They'd hit the bank at 10:03 a.m., a Tuesday. Peak hour, maximum confusion, minimum police response time. Max would disable the security cameras. Rita would handle the vault, her nimble fingers dancing across the keypad. Jack's job was the most dangerous. He would be the inside man controlling the crowd, ensuring no heroes emerged. He had a score to settle with the bank's owner, the man who had ruined his father. The bank bustled with activity. Tellers served customers, oblivious to the storm brewing outside. At precisely 10:02:59 a.m., the lights flickered. A collective gasp rippled through the bank. Jack, disguised as a security guard, barked orders, his voice a calming presence in the sudden darkness. Max, hidden in a van outside, worked his magic on the security system. The clock was ticking. Inside the vault, Rita worked feverishly. The air hung heavy with the metallic scent of fear and anticipation. She could hear the muffled shouts, the rising panic. 4 minutes. 3, 2, 1. The vault door swung open. Section 4. The unexpected. A blood-curdling scream pierced the air. It wasn't part of the plan. Jack whirled around, heart pounding. A hostage. He hadn't anticipated a hostage situation. A young woman, her face pale with terror, was being held by a man wielding a gun. He hadn't been on the security footage. Another customer, caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. The man's eyes darted around, wild with desperation. He hadn't planned this either. He was just a desperate man pushed too far. Jack felt a strange kinship with him. Section 5. Aftermath. The sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder and more urgent with each passing second. Max, his face ashen and eyes wide with fear, yelled from the van, "We need to go now!" The urgency in his voice was palpable. Rita emerged from the vault, her bag laden with cash, the weight of their actions heavy on her shoulders. She tossed a duffel bag at Jack, her hands trembling slightly. "This is yours, get out!" But Jack hesitated, his mind racing with conflicting thoughts. He couldn't leave the hostage. The image of the terrified person haunted him, couldn't abandon someone else to the fate that had befallen his father. Memories of his father's demise flooded back. He shoved the duffel bag at the desperate man, his hands shaking. "Take it!" he growled. "It's your lucky day." His voice was filled with a mix of anger and resignation. Then as the police stormed the bank, their shouts echoing through the halls, Jack made a split-second decision. He wouldn't run, he wouldn't hide, he would stand his ground. He would face the consequences of his actions, whatever they may be. The weight of his choices settled heavily on his shoulders as he prepared to surrender. Section 6, loose ends. The night was thick with tension, shadows playing tricks on the eyes. The news footage played on a loop. The daring bank heist. The hostage situation. It was the talk of the town, the kind of story that gripped everyone's attention. The mysterious disappearance of the supposed ringleader added another layer of intrigue. Authorities were baffled, and the public was left in suspense. Rita, hidden in a safe house, watched the screen. a grim smile playing on her lips. She knew more than she let on, her mind racing with plans and contingencies. Jack had always been the wild card, unpredictable, dangerous, and yet somehow always a step ahead. Max, his hands shaking, clutched a wad of bills. The weight of his decisions bore down on him, each note a reminder of the risks he had taken, enough for a one-way ticket, a new identity. He was ready to disappear, to start over, but the fear of being caught lingered. He hadn't signed up for this, he just wanted out. The life of crime had never been his dream, it was a nightmare he was desperate to escape. And in a dingy apartment across town, a man counted his unexpected fortune. Each bill was a step closer to freedom, a chance to rewrite his story. He wouldn't forget the man who had given him a second chance. Gratitude mixed with guilt, knowing the cost of his freedom. He wouldn't forget the name whispered in the chaos. Jack. That name would haunt him, a reminder of the life he left behind and the loose ends that might one day catch up with him.